Hello, I'm Beatriz Sedano, a research associate from UNED, and this is Elena Bárcena, a full professor of English language and linguistics at the same institution. Elena is going briefly to describe our institution within the context of the Moonlite project. Then she will tell us about the collaboration we are currently undertaking with refugee support groups and NGOs. And finally, she will mention our plans regarding accreditation and recognition of MOOCs. Perhaps it would be interesting to mention a few aspects of UNED that highlight its relevance within this field of inclusive education and training.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, UNED is the National Distance Learning University in Spain since 1972. It has developed its own distance and blended scenario involving a unique teaching and learning methodology and a set of complementary pedagogical tools like television, radio, video, and a virtual campus. Its main features include its social dimension, to enable priority access to university to all those who, while capable of pursuing higher studies, have been unable to attend on-campus classes for work, financial, residential, or other reasons. Its learners, our almost 250,000 students, are spread all over the world, and its commitment to technological and pedagogical innovation. We are international leaders of cutting-edge technologies applied to teaching and learning. Moonlite is about the use of MOOCs for enhancing the social insertion and employability of displaced people. UNED has vast experience in this field too, and it is a pioneer at European level in the creation of distance educational resources with the foundation in 2012 of Open UNED, which is our program of open courseware and MOOCs.
Mm-hmm. And which steps has UNED taken within the Moonlite project?
In the context of Moonlite, one of UNED's research groups, Atlas, has implemented a learning scenario that focuses on providing free online learning via MOOCs to enhance refugees and migrants' skills in order to facilitate their access to the labor market. To this end, we have undertaken the following 6 steps. Firstly, we have contacted mainly local NGOs and also support groups and invited their language teachers and a sample of their refugee students to face-to-face seminars to get to know each other and then undertake a questionnaire and interviews so that we could profile their formative needs. The second step was the NGOs teachers expressed their interest to have online support for the Spanish language classes, and this is how the decision was taken to build 2 Spanish language MOOCs, focusing on the daily needs of migrants and refugees living in Spain. The third step was that the research undertaken by the Atlas group in Moonlite focused on the identification of criteria that must be met by MOOCs specifically aimed at displaced people, which are of a technological, linguistic, methodological, cultural, and also ethical nature. This is why we decided to develop totally new courses instead of using existing ones. The fourth step is that we decided to build 2 Spanish language MOOCs for immediate needs, whose contents were totally decided by a group of student refugee volunteers with the support of their teachers. Thus, they selected situation-based topics like handling administrative documents, defending their rights, etc. In a way, the content of the course is also a formative goal in itself, as it can help newcomers in the country. Fifth step was that teachers and researchers have jointly decided upon the structure of the modules of the MOOCs, bearing in mind the tools available in UNED's platform. And finally, after that, the teachers have developed the course materials under our coordination and supervision. And similarly, the students have participated as actors in the main videos of these MOOCs. For as you know, MOOCs are highly visual learning objects. These courses can be openly accessed in Open UNED's platform like any other MOOC. Participants have mechanisms to support them in their online learning experience, like there is tutoring, self-evaluation, peer-to-peer activities, social interaction via forums, external social networks, etc.
And what about the accreditation and recognition of these MOOCs?
Very good question. Let's be practical. Recognition does matter, and it is crucial for refugee and migrant students to have the support of the relevant institutions and organisms. Of course, it almost goes without saying that our MOOCs have the EATU Open EDUP quality label, since UNED is a member of EATU, the European Association for Distance Teaching Universities. Furthermore, the adaptation of existing MOOCs for refugees could lead to an extension of this label or an independent acknowledgement that this or that course is truly inclusive and therefore has more chances of becoming an effective learning tool for displaced people. This could be best established with a rubric, perhaps, so that potential users would know the inclusive and non-inclusive aspects of every course and make the corresponding decisions. The minimal level of recognition should be, of course, internal, not just in terms of badges, but also of university certificates, credits, and they can be officially recognized to access courses or obtain grants. Then the recognition of these courses should expand to other universities and at national and European level, if possible.
Mm-hmm. And what conclusions can we draw at this point, if any, of course?
Yes, in order to design an online course for refugees and migrants, it is crucial to conduct a formative needs analysis with the real experts, apply scientific criteria that make MOOCs inclusive and make their degree of inclusiveness explicit for future participants, undertake the design and development of the courses with people from this target group as protagonists with the host institution as coordination and MOOC experts, which is what we are, provide the pedagogy so that the MOOCs can be used both standalone and by distant participants and also as a complement to the face-to-face classes already available at the NGOs and support centers, and have relevant institutional support and recognition for these courses in the real world, including international accreditation, given the mobility which characterizes modern society, but in particular these human groups.
Thank you very much for such valuable information, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the course.